Bet anywhere with TVG.
And what a week it was at Saratoga. That was one of the best 11-day stretches of my entire professional career, getting to go to the spa. It was as much fun as I've ever had doing this job, Maddie.
And now you're going to condense that experience to a top 5 list? How is that possible?
Through Twitter.
Okay.
My top 5 list. Number 5, how about Miss Connecticut popping out of the ground like a leprechaun during the Whitney Walk? Seriously, she just was there on the street, on Broadway. I'm going to give everyone the benefit of the doubt and say that wasn't a setup. But she was just there, and hey, lights, camera, and me in full makeup. What a coincidence.
Well, let me quickly ask you about that, because I was getting ready for Del Mar, so I had it on in the backdrop, your guys' pub crawl. Were you surprised at how many people were? I mean, places were pretty crowded early in the morning, right?
Oh, yeah, and there she is. She finished 7th, I believe, in the Miss America pageant, so she was a top 10 finalist for Miss America, Miss Connecticut. And a very interesting way that she got into racing is that she has a foundation. She actually she's an equestrian. I think she was a jumper, don't quote me on that, but she would actually take former racehorses off the track and retire them.
Oh, very cool.
So she joined us on the set. It was a lot of fun. And that's number 5. Number 4, did you see the test stakes?
I did. Pretty awesome.
It was amazing, and cavorting with just a fantastic performance. Look, the Grade 1 racing at Saratoga is unlike anywhere else in the world. We're going to take a look at that stretch. She was simply brilliant.
Competitive race on paper.
Competitive race on paper, but in the end, she was just flat better than everybody else. And this is a special filly. She really is a special filly.
Is this Bar of Gold on the lead?
Outstanding
You liked
race.
her a little bit, so did Paulie.
Outstanding race for Bar of Gold. She ran a winning race, Bar of Gold. She just ran to a buzzsaw named cavorting. But hats off to cavorting and her connections, and that was breathtaking. That we've seen the majority of the stakes races that I've covered at Saratoga this year, they have been ridiculously tight finishes, and we'll get to another one of those in a moment. Number 3, how about Texas Red, back in action and back in the winner's circle in the Jim Dandy. He ran a fantastic race. I was starting to wonder, and far be it for me to ever second guess a trainer, I was starting to wonder if they were being a little too careful with him. If they were, they were setting him up. He had that injury. They put him on the sideline. But look, he ran a fantastic race. And that horse he's holding off there, Frosted, is one of the best 3-year-olds in the country. You could have said going into this race, I did say going into this race, I thought Frosted was the 2nd best 3-year-old in the country. Texas Red has something to say about that.
Yeah, you know, he had that race under his belt. He ran 2nd to Speightster, then 2nd off the lap. He does that in the Jim Dandy. And maybe, again, the setbacks, blessing in disguise, fresh racehorse here for the final few months of the year.
They're pointed for the Travers, I believe. So that's going to be,
sure.
It's going to be pretty
as is
outstanding.
Frosted. And probably American Pharoah.
So Joyce saying I'm predicting a Sports Emmy nomination for the Whitney Walk, while Paul LaDuca became the Bloody Mary expert of New York. We needed a judge on this panel because every place we walked into claimed to have the best Bloody Mary in New York.
I love Bloody Marys.
He actually agreed with all of them, which was weird, but this is, I think, the one that he thinks was
He's not much of a drinker, though, is he, Paulie, really? I mean, is he...
he was on
He
Saturday.
is now? That's not a Cajun, is it? It's not.
No.
No.
That is a Bloody Mary and made by Emily, and he said that was the best one he had.
Okay.
The one at Trotters looked amazing because they serve it in a mason jar, and they were all cheering, Emily, Emily, and everybody at the bar had a Bloody Mary. There was 15 people at the bar.
What time do these places open up, most of them?
That was 11 in the morning.
11 a.m.? Okay.
Number 1, this to me is perhaps the race of the year for older horses. As brilliant as Liam's map was, Honor Code. I mean, it's not often you have to validate a Grade 1 victory with another Grade 1 victory, but I felt like he almost needed to validate that Met Mile because people saying, well, maybe he's just a great one-turn horse. He's an outstanding racehorse, 1 or 2 turns. Liam's map is gone. At this point, I thought he had just made a mockery of this field. And here comes Honor Code grinding away and just getting there. I don't think Mike Smith could have done anything more than he did to win this race. I really don't.
Although I think he was beating himself up a little bit after the race. That's what Mike Smith does when he loses a race like this. But Liam's map, 1 start over the last 9 months. And he sets toward fractions in a mile and an eighth and misses by that much. And Honor Code, not too many horses can come from 20 back and win in a mile, and their next start do it again at a mile and an eighth against that type of company in back-to-back races. Talking about the Met Mile and the Whitney, 113 buyer, I think, too, for Honor Code.
Liam's map did what he had to do, and Mike Smith got the lead. And I wouldn't change anything about either one of those rides or finishes. The Whitney finish, though, was truly my top moment at Saratoga the last 12 days. And I think that's going to be one of the best races of the year.